All right, so let me just explain to you what my problem is. What my problem is all you had to do was pick up the phone and call probation. And this is not the first time you've been before the court for not reporting. So you have a 13-year-old and you're a single parent and you work. There are so many people who have children and they work, but they still handle their business, right? So I'm not going on any of the other allegations in the motion, but there's allegation of marijuana use. There's allegations of amphetamine use. So there's a lot going on here. Who's here? I'm Brittany Brubaker. Is this a motion to revoke?
Yes, ma'am.
Are both parties ready?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 8728B State versus Brittany Marie Brubaker. Can I have parties announced?
Jason Garahan for the state, John.
Lindsay Shaw for Miss Brubaker.
And are you Ms. Brubaker? Did you review the documents entitled a motion to revoke community supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to revoke probation with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Brittany Marie Brubaker who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 8728B for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on February 23rd, 2022 for a term of 6 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violating condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Brittany Marie Brubaker, the defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months in May and June 2024, violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violations.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 6 years in the prison? You need to speak up. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
Yes.
It is to revoke the individual's probation and sentence her to 2 years in the TDC. Yeah, sorry, that's it.
All right. So what has she done on probation?
Judge, she successfully completed both ISF and SATIF. And so she has done that while on probation. And as to her not reporting, I can tell the court she's a single mother. Her child just turned 13. The child's father is also in prison. And so during this time, she's been working full time, and she understands she made the wrong decision to not report to probation, but it was because she was working, trying to have, be able to take care of her child.
All right, so let me just explain to you what my problem is. What my problem is all you had to do was pick up the phone and call probation. And this is not the first time you've been before the court for not reporting. So you have a 13-year-old and you're a single parent and you work. There are so many people who have children and they work, but they still handle their business, right? So I'm not going on any of the other allegations in the motion, but there's allegation of marijuana use. There's allegations of amphetamine use. So there's a lot going on here. I'm not inclined to give you 2 years because 2 years for the court in your case is somebody who has successfully completed everything and hasn't been back to the court. 1, 2, I think this is your third motion to revoke. And the first time you had a motion to revoke, it was with a different judge and they altered and amended your condition for SATA. Then the next time you had a motion to revoke, that was with me, and it was a violation of condition number 4. And all of these classes that were given when you were not reporting had to do with your drug use. So who is taking care of the 13-year-old now?
My sister has him right now.
All right. Has them?
Has him.
Has him?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to, the court is finding violation condition number 4 true. The court is going to revoke. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Was the restitution paid probation?
Okay.
All right. There's to be restitution of $60 to the Bear County Criminal Laboratory. Oh, and state, you may be excused. For drug testing, there's to be no contact with Joshua Lee Zimmerle, Zimmerle. Our request a therapeutic community. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes.
All right. You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? And if she successfully completed SATIF, I'll give her credit for that and ISF.
Yes, ma'am. I have the dates. I can just, do you need them, Judge? Or I can
No,
give
if you give it to
Yes,
the clerk. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You have a child, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Either you're going to get your life together and be in their life and be a good parent or not. But you can't keep putting yourself first. And I always tell people, if you want to be clean and sober, be clean and sober for yourself. But sometimes people don't want to do it for themselves because they like where they are or they can't get out where they are. So if you're not going to do it for yourself, then do it for your child. But don't keep coming in and out of the child's life making promises that you know you're not going to keep. If you're going to be the fly-by-night parent, be that fly-by-night parent. I'm the happy-go parent. I'm just coming in to give you gifts, say I love you, and then I leave. But don't come in there trying to make rules because you haven't been there. You haven't been a mom. All right. When you're released from prison, if you can't find a place that can help you maintain your sobriety, if I'm still here, you can come back here. I'll pick up the phone, call somebody to help you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
If you're finding this story captivating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more gripping true crime content. Your support means a lot. Thank you.
Bethany Hernandez. Hello. Let's see. Good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right. Yes.
So this is a compliance hearing. It's a status report consideration for early discharge. Ms. Hernandez has 2 cases. These were sent in and Judge Angelini wanted them to be heard by you, Judge.
Okay.
Here are both reports. She has completed all of the terms of her probation, as far as conditions are concerned. I did speak with the state, and the state is opposed to the early termination for the cases because of the nature of the case, and because I believe Mr. Garahan stated there was the underlying, the actual original plea deal. There were some things in there to where this was the best outcome for it. Ms. Brubaker did prepare to speak with the court today, and she'd like an opportunity to do so.
All right.
I'm sorry, Ms. Hernandez. Keep saying
Like, wait, huh?
I did it again.
Brubaker, it brings me up.
That's an MTR.
It's also a movie. But okay.
So I
Yes.
did write something. I just wanted to be prepared.
Sure.
If you don't mind. Your Honor, I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak today. A lot of people told me when I first got on probation that it was set up to make people fail, but I believe that I've proven to this court that they gave me what I needed to be successful. It wasn't just a second chance for me, it was an opportunity to prove that I can turn my life around. My priority has always been to care for my son. One of my most proudest milestones was my son's father and I were able to buy a home at the age of 25. It was important for us to create a stable, secure environment for our son. I now have weekly
Just one
appointments.
moment. Excuse me, could you all whisper? All right, you can continue.
Since getting on probation, I now have weekly appointments with a therapist, and I've been able to create healthy coping skills as I unravel and heal from my childhood traumas. I have 11 months left until I obtain my bachelor's and 3 certifications. I have made the Dean's List twice, and just this week I made the Honor Society. Your Honor,
Oh, I love the Honor Society.
I brought it with me.
Okay, I have my Honor Society pen. That's always great.
Your Honor, I want you to know taking a chance on me was not a waste. I recognize how serious my charges were, and I am remorseful for the people that I hurt. I have worked every day since to prove that I am worthy of the opportunity to be on probation. I have learned from my mistakes, and I am fully focused on building stability for my family. I respectfully ask you to take my early termination into consideration. Thank you.
All right. All right. So I see in here that a letter was sent to one of the complainants and it came back. All right. So here's my question. Has she completed everything?
Yes.
And have there been any issues with her on probation?
From my understanding, Judge, there has not been any issues. There was one positive UA back, I believe it was in the December timeframe.
Mhm.
Other than that, all the other UAs have come back negative, and she completed outpatient treatment and everything else. All of her other terms have been completed. She's paid in full.
All right. State,
Yes, sir.
you're opposed?
Yes, you are.
Okay. And it's due to the nature of the offense?
To both offenses, 2 separate offenses of ag assault with a deadly weapon. And so that's one of the main reasons that the state is opposed.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me just review this for one moment.
And I did bring my awards if you do want to see them, just in
Yes,
case.
I do want to see them. And I hope you end up framing them. Of
I
course.
did. So one of them's folded because it was framed, so I'm sorry.
No.
It's so crazy.
You got to keep it framed.
Yes, I know. I just got my second one last week too. It's a really huge accomplishment for me and my
Oh, that's
family.
awesome.
Thank you. A lot of hard work.
Mhm.
Sacrifices.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me see here.
He's here late. It's been 6 years since I've been here.
All right. So, probation, I'm assuming you all were able to reach out. Oh, okay, to the complainant, and I'm reading it here.
Yes, Judge.
All right. So the complainant doesn't want you off early. And that's something that I do consider. But I also consider what's the point of keeping somebody on probation if they've successfully completed everything and they've internalized what they've done wrong and they've learned from it. So you had to take anger management. You completed that. What did you learn?
I learned great coping skills when I feel like I'm getting overstimulated or worked up, where things are not going my way. I learned healthy habits, how to communicate better, talk myself down, some skills that I've learned instead of just blowing up and things obviously are not going to go my way,
Mhm.
which I didn't really realize when I was 19 and I was in here. When I was 18, 19 and I was here, I thought everything was supposed to be in my control and how life was supposed to be how I made it. But as I've grown since the 6 years I've been on probation, I realized that things are going to be what they are and I have to accept those things for what they are. And I have to try to work around those things in healthy ways. And so I've learned, a lot of communication and patience, especially after having my child as well. He'll be 5 in October, so I just have one child, but it's been a lot of ups and downs working on that part, but I feel like I really found healthy ways and a good support system to help me with that as well.
All right. And what did you learn about this specific case and what you did wrong?
My case?
Yes.
Which one?
The case that you're on probation for.
So when I was in here, when I first had the offense, I didn't have any sense of life. I had no direction. When I did what I did, I was thinking in a selfish way. I didn't know because I wasn't living yet. I had no idea what it was to be an adult, what it was to pay bills, what it was to go to school and sacrifice. Sorry. So now that I'm an adult, I realized what I did to stop somebody else from moving in life and putting myself in their shoes. I understand how they feel about being opposed to me as well, because if something altered my life in that way due to the hands of somebody else when I was doing everything in life, I would feel the same way. And so now that I'm an adult and I realize that I'm an adult, that I'm really sorry for what I did. It was a huge mistake, and I understand that I altered these people's life. A choice that I made that ended up being something that altered their life, and I regret it, and I take full responsibility for what I did.
Right. And so if I were not to grant this early termination, what would you do?
Well, if you weren't to grant it, then there's something that you see in me today that it's not ready, and I trust your judgment. If you believe that I'm not ready, then there's something I need to work on to get me to that point. I know that I've been on it 6 years, but if you believe that I'm not ready, then I'm more than willing to do the work to work on what I need to move forward as well.
Okay. All right. And do you think this is a good idea, probation?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So I'm going to grant your early termination, but it is not going to be granted until the complainant is contacted. And what I'll do is I'll put the date for the granting of it. I will put that on Thursday, the 8th. Would that give you all enough time?
Judge.
All right. So I'll grant it for May 8th. Congratulations.
And if they don't respond, because I think my probation officer was telling me that they had been trying for the last 6 weeks, is that going to affect?
Oh, it's May 8th. But I always make sure in this court, if I grant an early termination, that the complainant is made aware of that, because the last thing I would think you would want to see if you're a complainant, all of a sudden you see someone that you were not expecting to see. So probation is telling me that a May 8th deadline would give them enough time.
Okay.
So,
Thank
all right.
you.
You're welcome. All right. Don't come back unless you're just coming back to say hi.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you for joining us in uncovering the chilling details of this case. If this story has left you disturbed or reflective, please share your thoughts and reflections. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay with us as we continue to explore the stories that reveal the darkest sides of human behavior. Together, we keep these lessons alive, ensuring the voices of victims are never forgotten. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe or follow.